there. Can you hear me?
Not quite.
How about now? Is this better?
Yeah, sort of.
Hello? Am I getting through?
Kinda losing you.
How about this? If I get up real close, can you read me?
What's up? Hey, somebody in my butt again. Moo. Yeah. Wow. Hey. Da-da-da-da. What's up? Now it's time for Dr. Seuss. What happens in the dark always comes to light. Horton Hears a Who by Dr. Seuss. Narrated by Dustin Hoffman.
On the 15th of May, in the jungle of Newell, in the heat of the day, in the cool of the pool, he was splashing, enjoying the jungle's great joys, when Horton the elephant heard a small noise.
Huh?
So Horton stopped splashing. He looked toward the sound.
That's strange, but there's no one around.
Then he heard it again, just a very faint yelp. Tiny person were calling for help.
Don't worry, little fella. I will help you. But who are you calling my name?
Looked and he looked. He could see nothing there but a small speck of dust blowing past through the air.
I never heard a small speck yelling for help before. But do you know what I think? I think there's something on the speck that's talking to me. Some sort of the creature was inside that is small.
Some poor little person who's shaking with fear that he'll blow in the pool he has no way to steer.
I think I'll just save him. A person, no matter how small.
So gently and using the greatest of care, the elephant stretched his great trunk through the air, and he lifted the dust speck and carried it over and placed it down safe on a very soft clover. "Umph!" humped a voice. 'Twas a sour kangaroo, and the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Hop!" too. "Why, that speck is as small as the head of a pin. A person on that? Why, there never has been."
Kangaroo, you gotta believe me. There is a small person in this speck is calling me for help, and he wants me to save him. Because it's not just one person, but there's more than one person. There's more than one family. There's a lot of citizens inside that speck, which is true. And there are many people here are trying to grow, you see. So kangaroo, please do not disturb them, please. Just let them be and leave them alone.
"I think you're a fool," laughed the sour kangaroo. And the young kangaroo in her pouch said, "Me too. You're the biggest blame fool in the jungle of Newell." And the kangaroos plunged in the cool of the pool.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Don't you splash on the elephant. That's just rude. But I can't let anyone touch the speck. I gotta protect those people inside of it. I have to take it with me till I can find a safer place for them.
So he plucked up the clover and hustled away. Through the high jungle treetops, the news quickly spread. He talks to a dust speck. He's out of his head. Just look at him walk with that speck on that flower. And Horton walked worrying almost an hour.
Guys, stop laughing at me. I'm trying to save those people inside the speck. I can't put them down. I gotta keep them safe or else they'll be in danger. I'm bigger than them. And besides, a person is a person, no matter how small it is.
Then Horton stopped walking.
Friend!
Came the voice.
You're a very fine friend. You helped all folks on this dust speck no end. You saved all our houses, our ceilings and floors. You've saved all our churches and grocery stores.
Wait, do you mean you have buildings too?
Yes,
Piped the voice.
we most certainly do. I know.
Called the voice.
I'm too small to be seen, but I'm mayor of a town that is friendly and clean. Our buildings to you would seem terribly small, but to us who aren't big, they are wonderfully tall. My town is called Whoville, for I am a Who, and we Whos are all thankful and grateful to you.
And Horton called back to the mayor of the town.
You are safe now. Don't worry. I will not let anything happen to you.
But just as he spoke to the mayor of the speck, 3 big jungle monkeys climbed up Horton's neck. The Wickersham brothers came shouting, "What rot! This elephant's talking to Whos who are not. There aren't any Whos, and they don't have a mayor, and we're gonna stop all this nonsense, so there." They snatched Horton's clover. They carried it off to a black-bottomed eagle named Vladikoff, a mighty strong eagle of very swift wing. And they said, "Will you kindly get rid of this thing?" And before the poor elephant even could speak, that eagle flew off with the flower in his beak. All that late afternoon and far into the night, that black-bottomed bird flapped his wings in fast flight, while Horton chased after with groans over stones that tattered his toenails and battered his bones.
Please, Vat, stop. Don't harm all my little folks who was inside the speck. They have right to live. You're going to destroy the city.
Far, far beyond him, that eagle kept flapping, and over his shoulder called back, "Quit your yapping! I'll fly the night through. I'm a bird. I don't mind it. And I'll hide this tomorrow, where you'll never find it." 6:56 the next morning he did it. It sure was a terrible place that he hid it. He let that small clover drop somewhere inside of a great patch of clovers 100 miles wide. "Find that!" sneered the bird, "but I think you will fail." And he left with a flip of his black-bottomed tail.
Flat, this is not over. Remember, what happens in the dark always comes to light, and I will find them. I will find that speck, and I will find these people in that speck, and I will not give up. If I have to look for 1,000 specks, so be it.
Clover by clover by clover with care, he picked up and searched them, and
Are you there? No?
clover by clover he found that the one that he sought for was just not around. And by noon, poor old Horton, more dead than alive, had picked, searched, and piled up 9,005. Then on through the afternoon, hour after hour, till he found them at last, on the 3 millionth flower.
I found it! I did found the speck! And I found the clover! Now that's super duper! Tell me, are you still there? Are you still safe? Are you okay?
Down on the speck came the voice of the mayor.
We've really had trouble, much more than our share. When that black-bottomed birdie let go and we dropped, we landed so hard that our clocks have all stopped. Our teapots are broken, our rocking chairs smashed, and our bicycle tires all blew up when we crashed. So, Horton, please,
Pleaded that voice of the mayor's.
will you stick by us who's while we're making repairs?
Of course I will do it. I will save you guys all, a person, no matter how small.
Humped a voice.
For almost 2 days, you've run wild and insisted on chatting with persons who've never existed. Such carryings on in our peaceable jungle. We've had quite enough of your bellowing bungle. And I'm here to state,
Snapped the big kangaroo.
that your silly nonsensical game is all through.
And the young kangaroo in her pouch said,
Me too! With the help of the Wickersham brothers and dozens of Wickersham uncles and Wickersham cousins and Wickersham in-laws whose help I've engaged, you're going to be roped and you're going to be caged. And as for your dust speck, ha! That we shall boil in a hot steaming kettle of bezel nut oil.
What the elephant? Oh no! That is terrible! Please, kangaroo, please don't hurt these people. I'm sorry I yelled at you when you splashed on me. You don't have to boil them. There's people inside. I'm sorry. Please don't do this. Mr. Mayor, we got a problem. They are going to boil the speck, which is covered with you guys in it. You got to prove them that they could hear you. Got to prove them wrong. Please, Mr. Mayor. Call the meeting. Get everyone out. Make everyone house shout. Make every who shout. Make every who scream. If you don't, every who is going to end up in the vessel hut.
and down on the dust speck, the scared little mayor quick called a big meeting in Whoville Town Square, and his people cried loudly. They cried out in fear.
We are here! We are here! We are here! We are here!
The elephant smiled.
You see, kangaroo? Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you feel it?
All I heard, snapped the big kangaroo, was the breeze and the faint sound of wind through the far distant trees. I heard those small voices, and you didn't either.
And the young kangaroo in her pouch said,
Me neither. Grab him, they shouted, and cage the big dope. Lasso his stomach with 10 miles of rope. Tie the knots tight so he'll never shake loose. Then dunk that dumb speck in the bezel nut juice.
Horton fought back with great vigor and vim, but the Wickersham gang was too many for him. They beat him, they mauled him, they started to haul him into his cage, but he managed to call to the mayor,
Don't give up. I believe in you. A person, no matter how small. You gotta speak louder. You gotta speak louder so everyone can hear. We are here. We are here. We are here.
The mayor grabbed a tom-tom. He started to smack it. And all over Whoville, they whooped up a racket. They rattled tin kettles. They beat on brass pans. on garbage pail tops and old cranberry cans. They blew on bazookas and blasted great toots on clarinets, oompas and boompas and flutes. Great gusts of loud racket rang high through the air. They rattled and shook the whole sky, and the mayor called up through the howling mad hullabaloo.
Hey, Horton! How's this? Is our town coming through?
I can hear you great, but sadly the kangaroo cannot still hear it. We gotta do something. Are you sure everyone in Whoville are working there? Quick, look through the town to make sure if everyone's here.
Through the town rushed the mayor from the east to the west. But everyone seemed to be doing his best. Everyone seemed to be yapping or yipping. Everyone seemed to be beeping or bipping. But it wasn't enough, all this ruckus and roar. He had to find someone to help him make more. He raced through each building. He searched floor to floor. And just as he felt he was getting nowhere and almost about to give up in despair, he suddenly burst through a door, and that mayor discovered one shirker quite hidden away in the Fairfax Apartments, apartment 12J. A very small shirker named Jojo was standing, just standing, and bouncing a yo-yo. Not making a sound, not a yip, not a chirp, and the mayor rushed inside and he grabbed the young twerp. And he climbed with the lad up the Eiffelberg Tower.
This
Cried the mayor,
is your town's darkest hour. The time for all who's who have blood that is red to come to the aid of their country.
he said.
We've got to make noises in greater amounts. So open your mouth, lad, for every voice counts.
Thus he spoke as he climbed. When they got to the top, the lad cleared his throat and he shouted out, "Yap!" And that yop, that one small extra yop, put it over.
Yes, finally, at last, everyone can finally hear us. Hooray! We did it. You see, Kangaroo, you thought I was a fool, huh? You thought I was a fool, Wickerman's monkeys? Vlad, you thought I was a fool? Well, guess what? Now, you guys are the fools here. You guys. 'Cause you thought I was an idiot and crazy, but nope. No, you guys found out when I tried to tell you all this movie that there are people inside. Now you believe me?
They prove they are person.
Just kidding, you guys. I'm not mad at you guys. But anyways, a person to person, no matter what's small.
How true. Yes, how true.
Said the big kangaroo.
And from now on, you know what I'm planning to do. From now on, I'm going to protect them with you.
And the young kangaroo in her pouch said,
Me too. From sun in the summer, from rain when it's fallish, I'm going to protect them, no matter how smallish.
And remember, what happens in the dark always comes to light.
Don't